Okay, so before I start the guide, I just want to address some things. Number one, firstly, don't mind the fact that I'm high tier 4 SMP. I got several high tier 3s and a low tier 2 to help me with this guide. Secondly, special thanks to Lolek. He helped me record everything and gave me some secret tips. Then I want to say that to follow this guide, you need to know some sword tech, and I'll leave the videos to all the sword PVP tutorials in the description, including all the mods and the texture packs that I use in the video. At the end of the video, there's gonna be a secret technique that high tier players use to get better tiers and improve. So yeah, stick to the end, have fun watching, let's get to the kit. The kit consists of the next items. Number 1, the knockback 1 sword. When you're playing SMP KIT, you would preferably want to use the knockback 1 sword to have the same KB as of Diamond SMP, since Netherite KB is way less than Diamond. The second on our list, we have Ender Pearls. In the new Marlow kit, we have only 2 stacks of Ender Pearls. In the old kit, we had 3, but Pearls are mostly used for aggroing and disengaging. Thirdly, we got 2 stacks of Golden Apples. Golden Apples are used to restock your saturation and heal. Then we got a Totem. A Totem is mostly used for very close situations or aggro, since when you pop a Totem, you get 20 seconds of regeneration. Then we got XP bottles. XP bottles are vital for the SMP kit, since your armor breaks and you need to mend it. Next up, we got strength pots, speed pots, and fire rest pots. Strength is used for more damage, speed is used for more mobility, which allows better combos, and fire rest, it just saves you from fire ticks. But fire ticks are sometimes very useful if you want to go for the Marlow strat. Lastly, we got the No KB Netherite Sword. The No KB Netherite Sword is used to confuse your opponent mid-combo with a crit chain. And mostly, No KB Netherite Sword is used by crit chainers and crit spammers. By the way, forgot to mention this, just pause the video to read this. Mods and texture packs are essential for Minecraft PvP. I personally don't take any crazy texture packs, I just use the It's Real Me pack that I will link in the descriptions, but if you're talking about mods, then first of all, it would be very good if you could download a client, since clients already have like pre-built mods, so you don't have to download most of the mods that I will describe right now. First of all, you're gonna need Apple Skin, so you can control the amount of saturation you have. Number 2, you're gonna have a mod called Inventory HUD Plus. Thirdly, you're gonna need a mod called Shield Status Mod, Walksy Shield Status Mod, or whatever. I'll show it on screen right now, or put it in description. And that's mostly it. Those are the most essential mods that you're gonna need whilst fighting. Let's start off with the 4 main Minecraft hits. The crit that makes up 150% of the main damage. The sweep hit, base damage but basically no KB. And the KB hit, base damage plus massive KB. As you may see, Diamond and Netherite KB severely differ from each other. So if someone is good as SMP KIT, doesn't mean that he's good at Diamond SMP. Breaking your opponent's shield is one of the most vital aspects of SMP KIT, and here's how you perform it. First, you have to hit your opponent's shield with your sword, and at the same tick, you have to switch back to your axe. Like this. There's another shield breaking technique called stunning. A stun is when your opponent flies up into the air so you can perform a combo. A shield stun is performed by breaking your shield and right after pressing your left mouse button. Shield disabling is all about shield patterns. The higher the tier, the more complex your shield pattern is. But usually, tiers lower than low tier 2 have a pattern of 1-2 shield, or 1-2-3 shield. You need to expect your opponent to shield right after they eat a gap or as soon as they break your shield. Also, expect your opponent to shield at the start of every exchange. You're supposed to reset your saturation at the start of every exchange. If you get absolutely shit on by your opponent and you get to 6 hearts, you need to throw away your pearl and eat your gap from 2 to 3 times to refill your saturation bar. Saturation is the only thing that's keeping you alive, by the way, so don't forget about it. Here's a comparison of a guy with full saturation and no saturation. Look how many crits it takes. You need to start your mend by taking off your shield and just throwing his speed vials while having all of your armor on. As soon as your chestplate gets to 400 durability, take it off and continue mending. As soon as your pants get to 400 durability, take them off and continue mending. As soon as your boots get to 400 durability, you take them off and continue mending until your helmet gets 400 durability as presented on screen. A big problem low tier players have is that when they pop, they always panic. Don't panic, popping is sometimes an advantage. You get 20 seconds of regeneration, and after your 30-second has passed, you can use your fire ticks to take 0 KB. It has the same principle as pro flashing. After getting popped, just refill your saturation bar, and you will be immortal for the time you have regeneration. Well, not really immortal, but mostly. Look how many crits it takes to kill a guy who has 20 seconds of regeneration and full saturation bar. SMP KIT is all about momentum. If you're winning your opponent by durability, you need to keep going as aggro as possible to keep your durability. Pearls are one of the biggest counters to aggro playstyles, but pearls sometimes also help you aggro your opponent. A pearl aggro is when you throw a pearl after your opponent so that they cannot heal up and you can get a potential kill. Pearl aggro consistency is depending by how much you practice. The amount of potion duration you will get depends on how close you throw the potion to the hitbox of your player. If you just throw your potion right below yourself without crouching or anything, you will get only about 90% of the potion's time value. But if you were to crouch and throw your potion below you, you'll get about 95. But to get full value off of your potion, throw it above your head. In more aggro situations, throw your potion below you while it's crouching. But if you're disengaged and far away from your opponent, then throw it above your head. Mid combo or crit chain, pull out your no KB netherite sword and start critting your opponent. They will expect KB but will get none in return, which may lead to a potential kill. The final and the most important tip of them all is whatever tier you are, for whatever tier you're aiming for, the only way to rank up is to become the best representative of your own tier. I bet you didn't understand what I mean, but by this I mean that you should win the tier that you are right now in by at least 100 durability. For example, I was low tier 4 before, and I got promoted to high tier 4 because right before my test, I was training, consistently training, and I got better, and I was able to win my opponents, my low tier 4 opponents, by 100 durability. When you're in a PvP server, just walk around, find players of the same tier as you, and send them 1v1s. Fight them and see what durability difference you have, adapt to their playstyles, and win them. That's the whole secret of ranking up. And now, it's time for the final fight with descriptions of what I'm doing.